Should we show? Oh, thank you. We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order, and we'll go ahead and start with roll call.
District 1, Alderman Anna Carrillo.
Here.
District 3, Alderman David Emery.
Here.
District 4, Alderman Michael Rodriguez.
Here.
District 5, Alderman Matthew Martinez. I'm sorry.
Here.
And District 2, Alderman Richard Hughes is absent.
Okay, thank you so much. And just for awareness, Council, Richard is still in the recovery phase after his procedure, so he'll definitely catch up with us later. Okay, Council, if we can all please, and everybody stand, let's go ahead and take care of our pledge of allegiance. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you so much. Take that. The items?
Most of them.
Okay. All right. Okay, yep, okay. Let's go ahead and move on to item number 4, and this is citizens to be heard. This is the opportunity for citizens, visitors, and guests to address the city council on any issue or any item of the agenda in compliance with LGC section 551.007. City council may not discuss any presented issue, nor may take any action on any issue at this time. Citizens to be heard are limited to 3 minutes each. Attorney General Opinion JC 0169. Do we have anybody in the citizens to be heard? We do have two public hearings that's completely separate for things that are on agenda. This is for anything else that somebody would like to come up. Okay, Ronnie, come on up.
My name is Ronnie Rodriguez. I am a citizen of Lido, and I am also accounts payable clerk for the city. The reason I came by, I wasn't able to get on the agenda, but I just wanted to give a handout to city council just to make them aware of some of the changes in my job that have come up since Lynette left May 16th. So I know it's something that would have to be discussed on the agenda, but I wasn't able to get it. But I just want to make y'all aware before waiting another 2 weeks. So is it okay if I just hand it out? And it just has some kind of what I wanted to talk about, and then some kind of a chart or something like that. Yes, you can discuss it. Yes, sir.
And number 2, the only thing in your comments is if you could please make sure to be addressed, because it has to go through the city administrator.
Yes. Okay.
And from the city administrator, it comes over here, because that's the first thing that we're going to be
Okay.
asking whenever it does.
Okay. Well, I wasn't able to talk with Zach yet, but and I wasn't able to get on the agenda.
You want
But
to go ahead and talk to Zach first? I mean, and then that way, when it's presented, it's actually gone through the appropriate channels.
okay, sure, that's fine.
Okay?
Yeah. So I don't
Might
give
be
y'all.
better.
So I don't give y'all a handout then.
I mean, it might be better to talk to Zach first.
Okay.
It's usually protocol of, especially as an employee of the city,
Yes.
it's routed through Zach.
Mhm.
So let Zach go ahead, and then we put it on the agenda for the next time.
Okay.
Based on
Okay.
procedures.
Okay. I tried. Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Definitely want to go ahead and address it, Ronnie, okay? All right, anybody else? Going once, going twice. Okay, we were supposed to have an individual here real quick. I just wanted to let the council know, because some significant things that he did for us. Unfortunately, he's stuck in traffic, so he couldn't be here. But for years and years and years, right in front of us here, we had this. That represented a symbol. And we had a veteran of ours that is here that does woodwork, AJ Franks, that actually went ahead and did something for us. So very, very nice. We're going to go ahead and replace that one with this one, and it's going to go right in there. We also have another one that was made, so we can go ahead and take care of the community center too. Display something in the community center. And if you have not looked around, we will take care of the walls still shortly. But if you notice, because we do have all 3 counties, he also made us Bexar County, Atascosa County, and then we have Medina County, which are all the 3 counties that are inside the city limits. He did a great job. I asked him if he could just stop by real quickly just to say thanks for doing this for the city. We'll try to catch him at a later time to be able to do that. But just one of the other ways that we're just trying to enhance, our areas and highlight ourselves. And boy, he did a great job with that. I mean, this is awesome. This is awesome work, and we appreciate him helping us out. This other one that we have, the old one, we're not going to get rid of it. We actually need to put something over at the senior center, so we're going to go ahead and move that over there. It already has some of those colors over there, so that we're going to go ahead and keep it and utilize it in another location too. So just to let everybody know. All right, let's go ahead and move on to item number 5, is consent agenda. A, consider approval of payment of bills.
Mayor, I'd like to start by making a motion to approve the bills as presented.
Okay. Definitely.
I'll start on that.
Okay. Do you have any discussion?
You have a question on the Civic Plus. Can you give me just a brief description on the annual fee for the host and support?
Yeah, so that's for our actual website and everything that goes along with the like any of the modules or programs included within the website. Kind of like our notifications that we send out and stuff like that. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So that's all the hosting for that website and everything along
That's
with
the
that.
background to make sure it's
Yes,
working.
yes.
And where does this extend out to just anybody that goes into the city website and registers?
Yeah. On the alert side, yes. I mean, you do have to go in there and do that, but this would cover just actual hosting of the website in its totality. Yeah. So
The other item was also for that, the permitting fee. The
Yes.
Permitting fee goes to,
that is the actual permitting program that we, I guess, the city took on a couple years ago now, and to do our actual permits through the system, so that way we're not writing them on paper anymore, and we actually have it electronically. So it's that particular program, the annual fee associated with that. Any building permits, electrical.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes. Yeah, and it's the same company as the website, but and I do want to just highlight, I did leave on the dais. It looks different than what was included in the packet. One, because it was sorted alphabetically, whereas there were some in the previous one that were not. And then we did add, since the packet was put out, the underground water resources, which is the payment for the plugging of well 3. So that's the only addition that we have on there. And I just didn't want to miss another 2 weeks before we got it in front of y'all on that one. So
Kelsey, do you have any preference on how to explain it?
yeah, that was already, it's already been budgeted. We closed out one of the CDs to handle that cost. It was just a matter of actually paying them. So, and they went ahead and closed everything out. That project is done. It's closed out. The plugging report has been sent to Edwards and to TCEQ. So this is just their payment for that work. So
No, I think just on associated items are group.
Yeah.
That should be fine.
We'll make sure
Yeah.
we get an opportunity to do that.
not a problem.
Anything else? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any nays? Appreciate it. Thank you, council. Okay, let's go ahead and move on into our public hearing portion of it, and we're gonna handle each item independently. And let's go ahead and show 639 for the first one. On here, NA is conduct a public hearing concerning the application for a variance for the property located in 19942 John Wayne Road from section 46-190, area of regulations of Division 2, R1, single-family dwelling district of Article 5, districts and district regulation of Chapter 46, zoning to allow for a structure to be placed at 3.5 feet less than the minimum rear setback of 15 feet as required, allowed in the variances obtained by Saddle Ridge Estate subdivision. So this is a portion that is open to anybody that would like to make any comments before we actually take action in an action item. So I didn't see anybody signed up for that. I know the people that are here for those areas will be yes, you'll, in the action item, you'll have an opportunity. And this is for other people that would like to go ahead and say something.
And just for the record, the city doesn't have a board of adjustment. And so this is, city council performs those functions. So y'all are city council members and commissioners on the board of, members of the board of adjustment. So for these two items and the two action items, city council's actually, y'all are taking off your city council hats and your city has board of adjustment members.
Thank you, Austin. Appreciate that. Some of the multiple things that we get to do. Besides the
Well, some cities have a whole separate body, y'all don't, you don't have to though, and if you don't, then by default, city council fills that role.
Yes, sir. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and say it. If there's anybody who would like to say any comments, going once, going twice. Okay, we'll go ahead and show it is 6:41 p.m. We're closing this with no comments. If you can put that down. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the other public hearing item. We'll go ahead and show 6:41 as the opening item. And this is to conduct a public hearing concerning an application for a variance for the property located at 18808 Live Oak Street from section 46-190 area regulations of Division 2 R1 Single Family Dwelling District of Article 5 District and District Regulations of Chapter 46 zoning to allow a structure to be placed in the side property line less than a minimum side setback of 5 feet and front setback of 13 feet, less than the minimum 30 feet. So I didn't see anybody signed up for that one. It's a public notice, but I'll go ahead and ask. Anybody here for any comments on that item? Going once, going twice. Okay, let's go ahead and show it is 6:42, Paula, and no comments, and we are closing that public hearing. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and move on to item number 7. We're going to go ahead and do the open session. This is to take action on items discussed, and we'll go into a consideration and possible action concerning an application for a variance for the property located at 19942 John Wayne Road from section 46-190 area regulations of Division 2 R1 Single Family Dwelling District of Article 5 District and District Regulations of Chapter 46, zoning to allow a structure to be placed at 3.5 feet, less than the minimum rear setbacks of 15 feet, as required and allowed by variance obtained by Saddle Ridge Estates. Zach, if you want to go ahead and get it started.
Yeah.
And then,
So, Mayor and Council, on this particular application for 19942 John Wayne Road, the property owners there are looking to place a above-ground pool on their property, and the exhibits that they provided as a part of that permit process were provided in the public hearing for y'all. The variance that they're looking to obtain is they are looking to place the pool structure at about 3.5 feet from the rear property line. Saddle Ridge, if y'all recall, just like some of the other newer subdivisions, did get a variance back when those lots were ultimately platted. And so they were given a 15-foot setback for structures from the rear property lines, as opposed to our normal 30 feet that we require anywhere else in town. And so they're obviously wanting to extend within that, and that's why ultimately the variance is being presented for y'all this evening. The Planning and Zoning Commission did, as y'all have requested for variances to go through that process with them, they did recommend approval at their Planning and Zoning Commission at the last P&Z, which was last Monday. So.
And we have Linda, if you will come up and just identify yourself and go ahead and provide any comments that you'd like to share with the council.
Hi, I'm Linda Atwood. I'm a resident of Lytle, and I thank you, Council, for hearing my request. And we're, as he said, wanting to put in a temporary structure of an above the ground pool. And right now, the present 15-foot setback, the pool would basically be in our living room. If for the size that we're wanting, and to get any smaller, we're looking more at a like kiddie pool. I want to be able to do exercising of my shoulder and stuff, and I need a deeper pool. So I just respectfully request for you to give positive approval. So that's it.
I appreciate it.
Thank
Okay,
you.
council, any
Yeah,
questions?
I do have a question.
Oh, sorry.
From the drawing you provided, it shows the legs, I guess, of the framework of the pool being 3.5 feet. How far were the actual walls of the pool?
It'd be closer to 5.
Closer to 5.
Or about 5.
So the location of this property is currently at the back end,
That's correct.
right? And if you look at the back of the house, that's farmland and other residents, correct?
Yes.
Nothing directly.
There's nothing behind, well, it
It's
just,
residential area.
yeah,
Yes.
it hasn't been developed.
Behind it. And then if you're looking from the front of the house, if you look to the left, there could be future homes. Is there currently a home being built there?
No.
But there could be future homes
Yeah.
built there. So my question to you is that I can understand your request to not be able to meet the 15 feet on the back of the property, but you're also only using 5 feet on the, if you're looking from the house on the left side, you could actually use all 15 feet and move it over. It may not align to where you currently want it, but at least that won't be out of variance.
So the side variance, we are within the 5 feet for that.
So is that the requirement for
Yeah.
side to side?
Correct.
Yeah.
Side setbacks for that area is 5 feet. So they're,
Yeah.
they're right at that. That's why there's no variance fee for that.
So then we're looking at only the back.
It's just
Yeah.
the back.
Based on what they propose on the back.
So what type of foundation are you gonna put on this?
It would be what the manufacturer recommends,
Which is
and
gonna be
so it would be-
sand, gravel,
it would be sand,
sand?
packed
Okay,
packed sand. No.
Okay, and then you're gonna have your support poles. There's a requirement for a fence to be surrounding the pool. Is that pool supposed to have its own individual fence, or is that gonna be the property fence?
Yeah, the property fence in Texas can, as long as they have a gate and it's locked, that
And
kind of
it's
stuff.
all around the
Correct.
property, which it is in
Yes,
this
sir.
case.
Yes.
So did I understand you say there is no one behind you and there will not be anyone behind you?
No,
No
it
building lots back there?
they eventually, what is that?
This Lytle Farms subdevelopment
How
It-
far away?
that abuts us, that abuts the Saddle Ridge.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, it would just be a different subdivision back
But
there.
it will come right up to the back fence. Lot of farms, huh?
Yeah, because if you recall, the street that divides sections 2 and 5 of Saddle Ridge will actually be how a secondary entrance into Lytle Farms as well. So those homes will come right up to that.
I don't know if we'll still be living there when that happens, but getting older.
So the thing you have going for you is that it's a temporary, I mean, it could be taken down. That's going for you. However, it is still requiring a variance.
Zach, and you said the zoning approved, or they recommended approval?
They did recommend approval, but I know in the past when we looked at, I think the last pool out there that we had was, we kept it at the 15. There was a flat work that was allowed closer, but we kind of kept it at that 15. So
Is there any way that it could be maybe a different size of pool to be able, I know I understand what you're saying about being able to. So when I look at this is in the distance and everything, even though we don't have something, you still gotta consider it's a pool, it's above ground. The amount of water that you're gonna have in there too, on there. Is there any way that it could actually have a little bit more of a distance from the fence?
Well, 5 feet.
So you have 5 feet from the back of the house to the very first part of the pool, and then you're doing 3.5 to the back. You can't get, instead of a 15-foot wide, 15-foot wide, you can get a 10-foot?
The sizes,
give you
yeah,
the
they don't
distance
come in the
very
depth that I'm wanting. They're not coming in the depth that I want of the pool. Basically, the smaller you get, the more it's just like a Walmart kiddie pool. And
10-foot would be able to give you the depth.
that would be probably touching our house and,
Yeah, the thing about it is, so it would be, to me, counsel everybody, but I'm visually, I want to make sure that we can help you out. But you're looking at above ground pool, you have a rail, or if you put anything on dock, the fence is already at 6 feet. So the top of the pool is already going to be foot from the top, right?
54 inches.
Right? So you're already going to be pretty close to that. So when you're standing, and you have anything built out around you, you're going to be standing, you're going to be able to see into your neighbor's houses, right?
Yeah, it would just be a ladder that you go up and just straight back in.
Yeah.
There's no decking or anything like
One
that.
of the things, the reason that we did this with this background, because I'm not a council, the reason that we did the 6,000 and we gave the variances is to give privacy to the people that are around you to be able to do that. And privacy also for the homeowner that is there.
Yeah.
So the last time that we dealt with the swimming pool, that's one of the things that we try to do is try to give some sort of room within that area to be able to give the privacy that goes along with that. That's the reason why I think we're asking, is there any way that you can have flexibility of being able to get more in the back? You would get it in there, especially since you're looking at it as more of an exercise, right? Physical therapy type pool, something that would give you, and it would actually give you more of the distance, especially with that variance that we have.
Yeah. I respect what you're saying there about the ladder and being up on the ladder and seeing into your neighbor's backyard. Basically, having that ladder at my patio, I would be able to see into my neighbor's backyard because of the depth of the lot. Yeah, they don't make them. I mean, I'm not looking to put like a custom in the ground pool.
Yeah, the
And also,
I'm sorry that it didn't happen, but that was one of the concerns. We brought up swimming pools and we brought up sheds to the developer. And that was supposed to be communicated to the homeowners about the restrictions that are going along with that.
Yeah.
So they knew when they were purchasing them that, hey, it's limited based on the square footage and what the easements are. Because we knew that we had an idea that we were going to be dealing with this. So it was very clearly communicated to the developer. We want to take care of you, but we also, as a community, we got to take care of everybody that is around you to try to do that. So,
So, Mayor, to go back with August of 2024, and what I stood for back then, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to make a motion to deny the request for variance based on the current plans.
Okay. Got a motion on the floor?
May I speak?
Have a motion, you will have a chance.
I second that.
Okay, got a second. Okay, now we're up to discussion. So if you would like to speak, sir, come on up to introduce yourself to the council.
I'm Richard Atwood. I'm the spouse.
Yes, sir.
The questions I have for the council is, I know that in past, a couple months ago, I think it was, you guys approved a 5-foot setback for a shed in the same neighborhood. Is the shed and the pool different subjects, or the 5-foot setback the subject? What's the concern, I guess, the 5 foot or the pool itself versus a shed?
So, I mean, from what I saw, it was the fact that it was a structure. There, and we said that on one side, you're not going to have lighting, so you couldn't interfere with the neighbor.
Right.
There's obviously going to be no window there. So we're looking at more like privacy. And as the mayor was speaking, it originally was 30 feet and now it's 15. So anything you put back in your backyard, unfortunately.
Well, I understand. I understand. I'm just asking for clarity as far as I've seen 5-foot setbacks approved for other structures.
Right.
And I've also seen, what do you call it, unapproved structures being put in yards, pools being put in yards, what have you. So we're trying to go.
One pool?
Right, right, one,
Okay.
don't count now.
You know somebody else, you might wanna.
There's
So
pools
it's
all
one
over the
pool,
neighborhood.
And we had that, and then the sheds that we have approved, the sheds, we're very specific of how they need to be facing.
Right,
To be able to provide the noise and the privacy, the lighting that goes along with that. And we treat each one individually, just because one is just for storage, just
paper.
to be able to keep that. And the pool is different. So,
let me ask you this, in the pool, I believe in her drawing, does she have the pool placed on the south side or the north, let's see. I'm sorry, we moved from Oregon, so I'm getting my compass.
yes, sir.
The north side of the yard, is that the side of the yard she shows it
Looking
in?
From the front of the house, it's on the left.
Okay, so
back
would it make any difference if the pool went to the right side of the yard?
Well, the.
There's-
concern
because
that
that's
I'm
the street, that's the
expressing
street.
right now is just the distance from the back fence to the first
Okay.
set of,
Structure, yeah.
Structure, right.
The back,
3.5 feet.
yeah, so the council, when we came up with the 6,000 square foot, and we came with the distances, what we wanted is, we wanted the houses to be, that were next to each other, but the homes would actually have more distance between the backyards, for a little bit more of the privacy. You know, we could have done the lots like this, and you would literally have like 5 feet from,
Right,
you know, from the fence to your house and giving you more room this way. So what we did is we did it this way with distance in the backyard here and distance for the privacy that goes along with that. So all these
So you
setbacks
have
are
a
set up.
motion, right? Deny?
Yes,
Are we in
So it's
discussion?
current.
Yeah.
we're in discussion.
Okay, that's great. I would like to table this until, see if they can move it to the right side of the roadway, where we give the neighbors that are gonna build on the left side privacy, along with maybe a different size of a pool, and let them see what they come back with before we deny totally.
So right now, we've got a motion on the denial, so we have to vote on that first. And if then that doesn't pass, then you can make a motion for us to take it. Okay? So we're just gonna take each one.
About the size of the pool, you're gonna have a real hard time getting toward the 15 foot that is now in our ordinance.
right, the yard, right now from the house to the fence is 25 feet, so.
I know they make exercise pools that actually have like flowing water in it. You can swim and actually not move.
Yeah, like a swim spa.
Yeah. And
It's
that would
just
come a
cost.
whole lot closer to fitting. I mean,
It's financially not
It's
the same, but
cost.
yeah,
fine.
right.
Looking
You're right.
$30,000-$40,000 compared to a couple thousand.
10 by 25, you know, if you keep it close to the house, it would give you more room for that.
Just that extra 5 feet for the width of it, not the length, but the width. We're going from 15 to 10, and I know you may comment on that.
Yeah.
I feel for the residents of that subdivision and other subdivisions coming around Texas. It's unfortunate that you get the yard you get, but it's gotta be something you gotta live in, and unfortunately, the city has to be fair across.
No, we get it, we get it. We're trying to go by the book, so that's why we're asking.
It's
That's why we're here.
appreciated because you could have put this up without warning.
And we could have.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wanted to
You
do
know, you-
things
you-
right.
You come across the consequence if you do that.
Yeah.
No, I feel like it's just unfortunate that's the way, but when you lost that 15 feet from the original 30, that really made a difference. Not you personally, but, you know.
Yeah, and
the
unfortunately, they didn't share that.
Creeping variances too. Okay, and that, if we approve this, the next family comes in,
Yeah.
they wanna make the back fence, the back wall, of the pool.
Mhm.
And- But we gave you this, so we have to give them that. And
You wouldn't have to.
So let's go ahead and do
Okay,
this,
here's
just so we can see whether or not we have another option on there. Do you have any comments?
No.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. We have a motion for us to go ahead and deny, and the second one to go ahead and deny. So all those in favor to deny? 2. Okay, and how many, and all those nays? In other words, okay, so I got 2, so I have the opportunity to go ahead and vote, is that correct? Since we actually have a tie? So what I would like to do, just so we can stay consistent, and this doesn't mean that you cannot come back. You can always come back, okay? But based on what is presented right now, I am gonna go ahead and go with the council, and I'll go ahead and put my vote to deny the motion, or to deny the actual provision of the variance that goes along with that, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and give you an opportunity, go back, relook at it, see if we can find another structure. I think Councilman Martinez also brought up, along with a few others, let's look at other options and bring it back so we can go ahead and take care of that. Austin, since this has come through here, or has already come through this, does it still need to go through planning and zoning again, or can it come directly to council?
That's something we talked about. I don't know. I'm not aware of a provision that requires it to go to P&Z to begin with. It's not typical. Board of Adjustment and P&Z are separate.
So let's do this, if it's okay, Austin, work directly with Zach. Let's come up with a plan, work directly with Zach, so that way we don't lose, or we don't add time for the next look, okay? And we can go ahead and put it on the next agenda, so whenever you guys are ready.
So Viola, if you could make sure you notate on the motion that it was as presented. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, appreciate that. Thank you, council, I know, tough decisions, but I appreciate your input. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to E, and this consideration and possible action concerning the application. And by the way, you're more than welcome to stay, or if you want to leave, it's up to you all. B, consideration and possible action concerning an application for a variance for the property located at 18808 Five Oak Street from section 46190 area regulations of Division 2, R1, single family dwelling district of Article 5, districts and district regulations of Chapter 46 zoning to allow for a structure to be placed at the side property line less than the minimum side setback of 5 feet and the front setback of 13 feet, less than the minimum 30 feet setback.
Right. So Mayor and Council, on this particular variance being requested, we have two separate variances. The front yard variance. If you notice in the drawings that were provided, the owner of this particular address on Live Oak Street is looking to place a carport in front of their home. And based on the distance from the existing porch structure on the front of the home to where they're wanting the carport basically to stop towards the street, leaves about 13 feet left of their property. So that's where that front variance, 13 feet, is what they're requesting. On the side, they're looking to place it basically at the property line, the side property line, and so similar to I think what is kind of already around them, and so that's why they're looking at doing it that particular way. So the applicant is here as well. Planning and Zoning Commission also recommended approval on both of these particular variances as well. So.
Come on up, sir. Come on up.
Name's Paul Ramirez, and I live on 18808 Live Oak Street. I have the approval from my neighbor, and it's going to be about 2.5 to 3 feet from his fence. So what does hang over is going to be close to it, but it will have gutters, so no water, nothing will go into his property.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Yes, sir.
Your neighbor, are they related?
No.
It's just interesting, when you look at the property, those homes are built right next to each other, and there's so much room on that property. It's just an observation that I saw there. When I look at the pictures you submitted, I see that the neighbor appears to be adequate distance from his carport to the fence. So I have a couple of questions. On the fence, where it comes to the front of the property, your privacy fence, where it stops, the carport is going to exceed that?
No,
It'll be in
it'll be-
line with that?
no, it'll,
Behind it?
behind it, yeah.
Okay. So the
So
front
the
of the fence, the current property fence is inside the boundary, right?
Yeah, but normally fences they don't meet, have to meet the setback requirements normally.
Okay.
So.
You have a second? Can you come up? Well, we're finishing, go ahead.
Yeah, fences are typically right along the property line or shared.
Yeah. Typically fences and flat work, they're allowed to go within.
So my main question was to make sure that this carport does not exceed the front of that fence. If it does-
no, actually mine will be shorter than my neighbor's.
right in here, or is it over here?
No, it's right at the edge of the road.
Right on the edge?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's over here, way.
Yeah, way over.
Okay. Just asking whether or not where the utilities are at
Mhm.
and everything in there, because of course, with the posts and everything that
Yeah.
goes along with that.
This is the road.
That's it, clean out from his house.
Shows it, but, the, supports for the shed or the overhead, are going to be in your property? or
Yes.
In the right of way?
And my property.
Yeah, that'll be where that
The
to
right of
the to
property.
the right of way will be the 13 feet.
And they'll be mounted on the existing driveway.
Right next to it.
Because when you look at it, you have a driveway, a concrete driveway.
Yes,
So those pillars, when they come.
They're gonna be right
down,
next to the
they're gonna be
concrete.
Mounted.
they're gonna be
Concrete or in the dirt.
in the dirt. They're gonna be right next to it.
So you
Yeah.
have, yeah, because you have the walkway that comes from the front of the door, so you have that, that is a little bit different from over. here.
Right, but along the fence line, he's gonna put those into the dirt and not onto the concrete. That can be bolted to the concrete.
It won't be as sturdy. I wanted to bury them and put
It's-
concrete
it's
around
not
it.
that deep of concrete. You only got 4 or 5 inches
Yeah.
of concrete on the driveway. Um, So I see the picture and I see your drawing and you have room there, you know, you've got plenty of room. It's unfortunate that your driveway doesn't extend throughout your walkway into the house is not extended to the driveway. But you could use that, you know, as an addition to the carport, right? You see what I'm talking about?
No.
The walkway to your house, it stops kind of midway of your driveway, right?
Yes.
So what I'm saying is that it's unfortunate that all that's not concrete because you can shift everything over to the required variance.
On the side, just the side there.
Yeah. That could move over, that's a good, 5 feet at least. So right now, we're sitting at 3.5.
Are you connected on so the roof line is gonna connect to the roof line of the house? or
No,
two
they're
separate?
gonna be separate. They're not gonna be
Completely
connected.
separate on
Yes.
that. Okay.
I'm not saying whether I approve or disapprove, but one of the things I do want to see and mention is that the roof is vertical. My recommendation is, I don't know if we could put also as a requirement that they be horizontal and not vertical
Or,
for the roofing. So if you look at the picture, from, I guess that's just a picture of that's an example of another carport, right? That you submitted.
This one here?
No, the other picture that
one
you
that
have
have
of
is-
this heavy.
Yeah. Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so you see that the roof line is vertical. So what I would like to see, and I'm asking Austin, we can.
oh, I see.
If we approve it,
Permitting to exhibit.
right, and the purpose is so rainfall will not be sheeted off onto the neighbor. Instead, because of horizontal, it would be basically folded over.
Like-
You get what I'm getting at?
I mentioned I will put gutters, so water will go into the gutters.
Oh, you're gonna put
Yes,
gutters?
they're not gonna go to the neighbor's house. And that's why I have his signature
You
here and
could
saying
put-
he's
you
okay
could
with it.
put the vertical.
Do you have a signature from this,
Yes.
from your neighbor?
What's on the other side of the fence from the neighbors, carport and driveway?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of a distance, I saw that. I don't know what the distance is, it's at least 8 feet on what it looks like.
His carport is actually built into his house, right?
Yes.
Yeah, just made an extension on it. For the same distance.
Yeah, which I don't know for sure without seeing the survey, but you know, it probably was built at about five, anywhere from 5 to 10 feet is normally what we'd see in that area. So, which would have been the 5 foot would have been allowed. Extended in front wouldn't have been.
So the driveway, you don't know how thick it is, the concrete?
It's about 4 inches.
About 4 inches?
Yes.
I mean, just there again, you're talking about 3.5 feet, even pushing it out 5 more feet to 7.5, and if you had to, you could you'll go out there with a concrete saw and, you know, make an opening there and put your own footing in there to reinforce the, you know, your columns.
So you're saying to make it,
Yeah,
More.
I'm trying,
So-
I can't,
And
I can't approve the 3.5 feet.
the only requirement per the ordinance would be 5 feet from that side. So if it met
That's just
5,
the side,
the side,
Just
yes.
put it on out, basically.
which would still put you in the same picture because now you're gonna get back onto the concrete.
So it's a foot and a half.
Yeah, the only issue then, if he were to do that, the only issue would be the front setback.
How about this? I'm looking at the picture. Is there any way, I mean, you have the concrete, you have the sidewalk. How about if you just extend the sidewalk all the way to that first post? And then that gives you the extra concrete that you need, and if you shift to, just like Alderman Rodriguez is talking about. See what I'm saying?
yeah,
In this case, it's only a couple inches, couple.
No, I mean, the sidewalk actually, your sidewalk is what?
Yeah,
Like
but
2
that's
feet.
Like this one here, you only needs to go 2 more feet because
Yeah, yeah.
it's 3.5.
But that gives them the room because
Yeah,
if
you
you
can
put it on
cut into the
here,
concrete and come
then
over,
it's
and
usually
then put in half, you
Yeah,
do 5.
exactly, shift everything over.
I can do that.
You know what I mean, where you
Yeah.
put your post, just cut into the
Sure.
concrete,
You're saying basically right on this one, right? Just move this one over.
moving it over where it would meet the 5 feet from
Right.
right here. So cut the concrete here, put your post in there, versus into the concrete, and now you're at the 5 feet.
Yeah, I mean, you could either use a saw or you could core it, you know. just
and
get a
if you
6-inch
need the
core.
little extra distance, just go towards the sidewalk on there, see what I'm saying? Give
So you would
yourself-
still have the same.
Because you want, your concern is with the 2 vehicles, right?
Yes.
So we're trying to make sure that you can take care of that. But by doing, that's a good idea too, by doing it in the concrete and you go down, you can get the post and you're within the 5 feet of the requirement. And then you can actually shift down this way.
I know I had to be a little bit more wired, it's like 4 feet.
Go 4 feet instead of the 5. It's gonna need to stay within the, unfortunately. I mean, we can make the motion now to grant you the permit, I mean, our,
You
I
can make
don't
a
know how
motion-
you would do
you
it,
can make a
as long as
motion
it's 5
to
feet.
approve it with the 5 feet setback, which is a requirement.
Yeah, I mean, you can, I mean, you can grant one without the other. I mean, they are exclusive of
The
each
separate.
Yeah.
Yeah, the front one, I don't think there's an issue with the front.
No, it's okay with that one. That's why I called Steve and asked him. So I
Yeah, because
think
his neighbor's carport shoots out. I mean,
Yeah,
close to the
also,
road, yeah.
right, Yeah,
So, I mean, I don't
I think he
see,
even said that it's gonna be, like, his will actually be further back than his neighbor's.
Yes.
in the proposal.
What we
yes.
can do, this is the thing, so we don't have to solve it. We can actually, if you like, council, you can go ahead and make the motion to approve the variances, or, I'm sorry, approve with a 5 foot, especially with the variance on the side. And then we can leave it to the homeowner to actually work with Zach, okay? Based on how we actually get it adjusted. It could be cutting into the concrete, and it might be something else that, hey, tomorrow morning you walk out with a cup of coffee and say, hey, I can make it work. You know, you can
just
just,
as long as you get that.
that way it's taken care of, and you're gonna meet the minimum of the 5 feet.
The thing is that
The drain, that, right, runs like this and then it turns like that. So if I put concrete here, I'll cover it. So if it breaks later on, we need to fix it, I'll be breaking off.
Well, we're talking about a little bit further down. You can actually just, it's more for your cars, right? So your car doesn't extend. So if you extend this a little bit more, just to give yourself a little bit more clearance here, just a little.
Right there, that drain out, that drain out, runs out, then it turns down.
Does it go right in here?
Yes.
Okay.
Was that clean up?
So that's the reason why I don't want. to
Yeah,
cover
the
that
corner
front
pumps
there.
Well, that's septic.
Yes. But if I cover it, then I'll be having to chip that concrete on.
I'm just trying to give you the room that you need on the
Yes.
sides of the vehicles. We'll try to do that. So it's no problem this way, okay? Coming this way, it's just with your neighbors. So,
Where's the concrete on the right side right there? Where's the concrete from the side property line? Like, this is right here. So from the fence is right at the line, right?
Yeah, from the fence is about 2.5 feet.
You're asking to put this post in right off the
Yes,
concrete.
if I could cut some, I can cut a little bit, I don't wanna cut
so far into it, is it possible to, I mean, that's, you're all worried about the 5 feet on the
On the
neighbor's
side.
Right.
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 Is it possible just to look at this close, right inside the concrete, that would be at like 4?
Yeah.
And then you'd have to, you lose a little parking space, but
I can go and measure, make sure, and then I'll get with Zach about that, see how I look, if it'll work.
We need to stick with the 5 feet. My motion's gonna be put to 5 feet. Somebody else can change the motion if they want.
Okay, why don't we do it officially? Why don't you go ahead and make the motion?
because it's already, your driveway is already within a 5 foot setback.
Which is allowed.
It's just the post would be.
Yeah.
Taking up
It's
that.
a structure.
Which is part of the structure at that point.
Yeah.
That's why it has to meet the 5, or it's supposed to meet the 5 according to the ordinance.
So Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve the front section of the carport as presented, okay? And to approve the side setback to be no less than 5 feet.
That's already the rule, though, right?
It's already the rule.
Yeah, so y'all are granting just one variance.
Okay.
You're granting the variance with regard to
Okay.
the front setback.
Mhm.
To
Okay,
encroach.
then I changed my motion to approve the front setback.
And then it would be, if you just have that motion, then it would be no action. Y'all would be taking no action with regard to the second variance, which is fine. That means you
So I need to add that in there?
can. No, if you don't, if you're silent on it, it'll just be, it won't be approved, but it also won't be.
Right, okay.
Okay, so you, go ahead and repeat it again. Just to
So
make
the
sure.
motion is to approve the front
Front setback.
front setback of the carport as presented.
Okay, got a motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
I second.
Okay, got a second, Anna?
Yes.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Okay, all those in favor? Any opposed? Yes? Okay, all yeas, okay? Okay, so, we'll go ahead and take care of that. I want you to work with that.
Okay.
Okay?
Sure.
I think there's a little bit of flexibility, and I think that's what Austin was mentioning, I think that's what Matt was mentioning, and even Mr. Rodriguez was trying to mention, there might be some flexibility in there based on what you currently have to make it work.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you, thank you. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at C now, consideration and possible action concerning request from Joe Thompson on behalf of
Geno people.
Geno Diaz. Thompson regarding utility bill adjustment for the property located at 4156 I-35.
Yes. All right, so
We got Mr. Thompson here.
yes,
So
yeah.
go ahead.
So I'll just start off, and then Mr. Thompson's welcome to offer anything that I miss or anything else. But we did get a request from Mr. Thompson. He submitted to ask for a bill adjustment. They had a fairly large leak that extended over 2 billing periods. Because of the rain that had been we'd received in the area, he was kind of unaware, and you can see his narrative that was presented to myself and for y'all's consideration. The total between those 2 billing cycles totaled little over 2,500 in between those two. If you recall, we did adopt the ability to have council consider these up to 50%. And so generally, he'd been charged around $30 a month, typical bill. I did go back and do an average over the last 12 months because since we had the ability, and it was slightly more than that. It was just 31.14. So factoring in the if you were to take the full 50% and that $31.14 each month, then that would be $1,323.95 that he would be needing to pay, which is slightly more than I had in the data sheet there for y'all, but about the same. So,
My calculation didn't come out.
okay.
So you have the 2523,
Yes.
35 divided by 2,
Divided by 2.
then you add 30 to it.
30 because it's 2 billing cycles, so it'd be 60.
Hey, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's how I did that.
That's-
Maybe I'm wrong.
That's where I missed it.
Maybe I'm wrong. But
And that's reasonable.
Yeah.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve the request from Joe Thompson on behalf of Buenavida Thompson regarding the utility bill adjustment for the property located at 4156 IH 35.
Okay, so a motion on the floor. You got a second? Any further discussion? Joe, anything you want to say or anything we pass on? You good? Okay, we're trying the best. I do want to go ahead and add on there, council, if you have not seen, there's photos in there where he did repair it.
yes,
Took care of all the stuff that needed to be done, to be able to take care of the actual repair, which is one of the things that we always ask.
correct. Yes.
Before it comes, that it's already taken care of and it's done, so we don't have to worry about it again. Is this a vacant, do you have a house out there?
Is there a way to review the bill again? Because, the day it broke down,
Come on up.
Come on up, go up, sir.
thank you, Henry. Yes, because, I was at work when actually on Sundays, usually sometimes I have water leaks and sometimes water goes off. And the one day I didn't have water, so I didn't make no bill of it. Till, one day and when work came back, that's why I noticed I called the city and they told me the water was good. And, they told me, so I look around, to see if I have water leak. I didn't have one. So they told me check the meter and it was running. But I did from 5 anchors and everything was green, so I couldn't, actually, we fixed it, but we never did find the water leak. So we had to make a new line. So,
So you do not currently reside on this property?
yes, I do.
Oh, you do reside?
Yes, yes.
But you were there daily? You just didn't notice that?
Yeah, because I have water, but until Sunday. I can't give you a actual day. I wish I had the day on me. But it happened on the weekend, on the Sunday, and it just, I don't sure what happened
How
there.
many days are we talking about?
Yeah, I'd have to go back day wise, but I know normally, it's generally about a month each cycle, right? I mean, there may be a couple more, a couple less, depending on when we pull the bills. But those amounts that were provided in the data sheet were from his actual bills in the system and based on the consumption that was read. Is that do you know if that's a radio read? That's a radio read meter out there. It's pretty accurate.
So what additionally are you asking for? I'm sorry.
Well, even I'm happy with the reduction, but right now I'm in a very tough position to pay the 1,200. And
Well, you'll still have the payment plan
Yes,
option and all that
that's
kind of
part of
stuff. So.
what the council understands about the citizens and accidents can happen. It's unfortunate. Prior to our decision to do this, they would have been held 100% responsible, and we have quite a few that were. But please, you can get with the city administrator and work out a plan.
The plan, you still have flexibility.
Yes.
Okay.
We can work out, and I want to say thanks also to the VFW. I know they've been here, they've been trying to help him as a veteran too. So they can also be part of the plan to be able to do that. All we're doing, the action that the council is doing right now is for us just to be able to reduce it.
Right.
So instead of coming up with a plan with this,
Mhm.
now you only have a plan of this.
Okay.
Okay? I know you already paid into some of that, and all that will be taken into account, and then you can work these details
Mhm.
with Zach.
Okay. All right. That's
Does that
fine.
make sense? Yes, just say and introduce yourself first. Come on up.
So I'm Michael Gonzalez. I'm the commander of the VFW, and Joe's one of my guys that comes and helps us out there all the time, volunteers. My question is, and I guess it's been a couple, I don't know, problems months ago that he received the bill on the 20th of June. The 16th of June was when the meter was read. When he got his bill on the 20th, he shut his water off 3 days later. How does he accumulate another $1,200 with no water services for 2 weeks? That's where I'm confused. That's why I didn't know if when Zach had called me, he said, "Oh, it's another $1,200." I'm like, for 4 days use? There's no way. That's 2 swimming pools. Olympic-sized swimming pools at that. I'm just curious, it might have been read wrong to where, because he only made the minimum payment. Was it just a carryover for what he didn't pay the previous month? Or was it an additional $1,200 for 4 days? That's why I was confused. And I'm like, and I told him, don't be surprised when they tell you it's $2,500. And I didn't ask Zach that because I forgot all about it until after the fact.
I mean, it showed up as the additional like 1,200 or so. I mean, based on the consumption, but I mean, obviously, we're happy to take a look at it. And double check
I just want, like I said, 4 days of non-use water should have equated to $1,200. He could have ran it 24/7 for 4 days, and it wouldn't have equated to 24 hours.
Everything is electronic, so we can definitely
yeah.
pull it up. and take a look.
If possible, yeah, that way we can double check just to make sure. Because like I said, he lives there by himself. He's in an RV or mobile home by himself. He uses one bathroom, one toilet. There's no way.
And what will happen is, once again, what we're doing right now is whatever that amount is, we're doing the 50%.
We're doing the 50% correct.
Turn it out with that. We'll look at the numbers, verify everything.
Okay.
And then basically, that's how it's going to be.
No worries. And again, I appreciate you guys listening to Joe here and taking him into consideration and everything. Thank you.
Yes, please give us a second. So I got, anything else from the council for discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? All right, all ayes, we'll go ahead and take care of that. Appreciate that. I do want, before they leave, one of the fellow veterans, gentleman with a hat, that's our famous individual that actually helped us out. We talked about it already, so we're just highlighting.
You're good.
That's AJ who actually did this for us and did the ones that are there. So, actually, who did this? We go around, we'll take a quick photo, real quick. Lady, can you take the photo? She's like, yeah, sure. We're doing it real quick. We doing this one? Don't worry. Real quick. Got everybody? Oh, can we see you? Hi. Hi. There you go. Oh, hold on. Is that good? Okay, thanks, Keith. We're good. Okay. Appreciate it. Thanks for doing this. And I highlighted, we got all 3 counties too. So this works out really good.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Thanks, AJ. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. We're doing really good. Good discussions. Things to take care of. Let's go ahead and move on to D. And this is consideration and possible action concerning resolution number 2538, the resolution of City Council, City of Idaho, approving the terms and conditions of an agreement binding between the City of Idaho, Texas, and TRC Engineers for the task order regarding Plata Street extension, plan review, providing for incorporation of preamble, and authorizes the city administrator to execute any and all documents necessary to effectuate such a submission and providing an effective date.
Mayor and Council, this particular resolution is just the task order for the work associated or the review of plans associated with Juarez Street extension. This is the street extension that is going to be completed by Rowan out of our coal mine subdivision out to 683 as a part of their development agreement with the city. So, and they are covering the cost of TRC's review for that. So this is covered under that. Yes.
Okay, I got a second. Main discussion. Okay. This is Wire Street that goes into
Coal mine.
Coal mine going
To 683. Yes.
683.
Yes.
Okay, council. Look, I'm asking this. You're making a vote. You're making a vote right now that we are solving an issue that this community has had for 130 years plus. We're finally going to be able to take care of our coal mine residents by providing them a secondary entrance and exit point for emergencies, for anything that is necessary to do that. So I just want to say thank you for doing this. I want to thank everybody from Matt back there, Zach, leading the effort, all of us, and being able to take care of this that is very important for our coal mine residents. So with that in mind, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you so much, Council. I appreciate that. Awesome, awesome, awesome. This is going to be great. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to E, consideration of possible action concerning resolution number 2539, a resolution for City Council, City of Idle, Texas, amending the annual citizenship award criteria for the annual citizenship award, providing for incorporation of preamble, and providing an effective date.
Okay, Mayor, thank you. So, a little bit of history. So, in the past, council meeting, we talked about trying to get individuals to come out, get on committees, help out, any type of support we can get from them. It's greatly appreciated. So what I did was, I needed to include in the verbiage of our document that the citizens of the
ETJ.
ETJ be included. Elson, is that fine?
So this is, a word like this is just entirely created by the city, so y'all could do whatever you like with it. And I think the if you were having people from like other cities altogether, like kind of straight to order, right? The ETJ certainly.
Well, this would be for being allowed to be a committee member. So,
Yeah, there's no issue with it because it's
okay. I just
created
want
something
to
y'all
You're just
created.
looking for us to,
clarification. I just want to make
for
sure it's
ETJ to be a
a
member.
member of the committee.
Yes.
Come in and actually have a vote on this thing.
We're not changing the categories or anything.
Nope.
It's just the participation.
Right, so I submitted the original document with the highlights of the changes and marked out the original text.
Yes.
Just want to make sure so we put it on record.
Yes.
That's it. All right. Have a motion of that? Got a motion? Anybody would like to make a motion for us? He's running forward. Let's go ahead and have somebody else.
I'll
make
make
a
a motion to approve for the resolution number 25-39. Changes of the percentage effective date today, 28th of July, 2025.
Got a motion, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, got a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes, okay, motion carries forward. All right. Cool. Awesome. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate that. There's always little areas for improvement. Ourselves up with that. That's a great thing.
Thanks, Council.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to F, consideration of possible action concerning resolution number 2540, resolution of City Council, City of Idle, Texas, approving the terms and conditions of change order number 1 to the agreement by and between the City of Idle, Texas and Ace Construction LLC for the TXCDVG contract number CBVG 23-0100 water system improvement project, providing for incorporation of preamble, and authorizing the mayor to execute any and all documents necessary to effectuate such an agreement and providing an effective date.
Mayor and council, so in wrapping up everything on the Highway 132 water line, 12-inch water line project that was a CDBG funded project, there was some quantity changes in various sections that they originally had anticipated and do not need. And so the breakdown of all those were provided and reviewed by WTC, who is the engineer of record for this particular piece of, or this particular project. And those quantity changes did basically equate to a $1,888.05 reduction in the construction cost. So not a lot, but it is a reduction. And so something with change orders, we definitely want to make sure y'all see it and approve it and move that down the road. So that's all this item is.
Each motion today. This one's back. I move that we approve resolution number 25-40 as presented.
The only thing is, we're gonna ask Pete what kind of tools he wants. We're gonna get some money back and put it back in public works. It's not tools, but tools. We'll buy some additional tools. That'll be good. Okay, with that in mind, any other comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great. And when, Zach, I noticed the board is still up there on
Yeah.
32. When do they take all the stuff there?
You know, they're slowly just finalizing everything over there. I think they do have to wait till the Texas Department of Agriculture, who holds the funds, tells them that it's okay to take it down. We've had the 11th pay application that just came through, and so I think all that's left is just the retainage to pay, which comes out of the grant funds. So we've paid our portion already that we were required to pay. So I would say it's probably, I mean, within the next couple weeks, to a month tops. So yeah, so they went back with what was there before, right? Like material. That's something that, and I'll get with Councilman Hughes, because I know that's been a conversation that he's had a lot recently. I did ask them to go back because we have had a few complaints come up that maybe it wasn't fully in. Like, they did take pictures prior to starting, so. And I asked them to provide that to me so that I could help with those arguments if necessary. But yeah, they're, for the most part, they are completed. Correct. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Appreciate that.
Mhm.
Thank you. All right, let's go ahead and move on to this executive session with the city council. We're doing really good, council, actually. City council, city of Idaho, being in executive session in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code 551.071 Constitutional Attorney, Section 551.072 Property, Section 551.074 Personal Matters, discussing concerning the following. A, possible purchase of properties within the city of Idaho. B, discussion and update regarding additional water rights purchase. C, discussion concerning a classification update. B, discussion concerning bidding for booster station improvements. E, employment evaluation, assignment of duties, disciplinary dismissal of public official or employee, finance director, and employment evaluation, reassignment of duties, disciplinary dismissal of public official or employee, city administrator. So I'll let the energy show us it's 7:38. And we will be going into executive session. I know it's a lot of information. We're hoping to get through this real quick. And we'll see you in a little bit. If we can please
I move that we direct Zach to pursue recommendations for adjustments to personnel in the finance department to include necessary changes to job descriptions and pay for the personnel.
Motion on the floor, second. That's it. Thank you. Any further discussions? Just writing my notes, okay? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, council, appreciate it. Let's go ahead and actually, we're gonna go ahead and move on.
Okay.
That's okay, so, Paula, if we can go ahead and take care of the department reports, you're up first. Come on up.
Hello, council. Mine are always quick.
Go ahead.
So we have a collection for the month of June in Avalon tax for $19,000. The year to date will be $1,141,000. We have not collected anything on beer and wine license at all. I think we only collected the $235. That was in 2 months, I think it was. Nothing to this day, but we have collected.
And I would like to clarify on that, so, because I know we've had a lot of conversations about that in the past. So the license itself, you're not really gonna, go the opposite way.
Yeah, I am.
The license, you're really not gonna see probably much more than that for the year to date. It's the sales are increasing, so if that's something that we need to add, so y'all see that, then that would be.
And I can add that one
I know,
there.
The finance director used to communicate that, but without that, we haven't had that on there, so
So we have
can
the
add that.
sales? Is it the sales?
I can add the sales on there.
Idea?
Yeah,
Mhm.
just so y'all can see, because it does look weird that like, hey, we're not getting anything.
But it's not just
For a
there.
while, so.
I'll add that to the next one. These were just my news for the department, training and meetings that I had for the month of June. Some Alamo chapter Zoom meetings that I've had, and just meetings here in the departments, and just our holidays that I've had for the whole month.
Well,
Go ahead.
Yeah, mobile home meeting, do we need to change that to manufacturer?
Yes, manufacturer home meetings.
Just to be
I'll change that.
legally
Yes.
correct? Yes, according to the law.
We'll do that. For our records request for the month of June, we have 4 requests. We still have 1 outstanding, and I fulfilled 3 of them. I'm still waiting on that one. The other 2 that I have outstanding for the last month were actually fulfilled, so I have nothing updated. Nothing that is outstanding for the last month, the month before. So a total to year will be 14. So I only have 1 that is still outstanding. And these were the agendas that were published and other stuff that was published in my minutes and ordinances that passed, nothing, but we did have at least 3 resolutions that were done for the month of June. And our next event will be our Lido Isaac Convocation, which is August the 7th. I'm scheduled to be there at 10:30 for that day. And that's about, well, I didn't even put the other one, but our next coming up will be our haircut. And that's our Tuesday. I'll leave that for you to talk on that one.
No, it's on the ninth.
On the 9th, on the,
Isn't it?
I thought it was the 5th because it was a Tuesday.
It's like that, yeah, it's before the conference.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
before. So yes, I didn't put that one in there. So, and that's the end of my report. But I did want to go through with you all. I know that some of you have asked for the shirts, for the polos, and the other ones, the ones that are like the Magellan ones. Those are kind of hard to find the sizes. I know you wanted some of those. I like to have like an email or something of what everybody wants, so I can kind of try to look for those. If I can't find them, you want to go find them yourselves, we can reimburse for that, which is the Magellan ones. Those are the harder ones to find. And I know Mr. Emery had given me some sizes on his, the last time I talked to him, but for the most part, if you guys want to change your polos or add your polo too, I know we had that one in there, and that's through Mr. Chief Priest. Just need to give him the whole list. And if anybody wants to change their shirt or add another shirt and look for the other ones.
Yeah, well, we agreed on, so we're gonna do this kind of shirt and the Magellan. That's pretty much it. Don't worry about the long sleeve shirt. So like Anna, she'll need to get both of those
Mhm.
shirts on there. And then some of us,
Yeah, I just need one more.
yeah. so-
One more of those?
So-
Yes.
Okay, so if you can please
Email me so I can have all those
Yeah,
sizes
email
and.
her by Thursday.
Mhm.
Okay, I want to get the order done. Let's get it in the books. So if you can talk to Richie and get everything lined up, let's go ahead and place the order by
Mhm.
the end of, by Friday.
By Friday.
Okay? So Thursday, if you can let her know if you need to do that. Okay?
And that's about it. You guys have any questions?
Council, any questions? All right, welcome back.
Oh, thank you. Had fun.
Good.
It's good to have fun. All right, I'll go through mine pretty quick. No real update. The 12-inch water main loop on here, really not an update from last time, but Railroad Street is pretty much all in except for two connections. One to our 18-inch line that's going to be over by Prairie, and then the one back here on McDonald, they'll have to make a connection under the road there. And then there's the tree conflict off of that they've run into that should be completed in the next week or so. They've come to an agreement on what that needs to be and look like. So really the only update on that. The elevated storage tank, we actually have footings out there already. So for the actual structure. However, we won't see the structure for quite some time, given what that they erect pretty much, or they do it, fabricate it all off site, and then truck it in pieces basically. So it'll be a while before we see anything over there, but you can at least go out there and you'd see the footings for now, and the waiting for the hookups on that. So booster station, that'll be obviously we talked about in executive a little bit, but we'll have that. Also coming up here for some decisions. So that's pretty much it on that. On the residential developments, no update on Saddle Ridge. Again, they're still in that transition. I did talk with Kalara, who was the buyer of that particular subdivision, and kind of getting some ideas on, hey, where are we at on our street? The secondary access. They are finalizing a contract with a home builder, and based on that, they're planning on having construction crews, pretty quickly after they finalize that. So I'm hoping that we start to see some movement. The good thing is that we're not owing any homes out there right now, because literally they have nothing going on with this whole transition going. So that's been our one saving grace with that, which was always our kind of stick, with them anyways, that we weren't going to CO any more homes. So they're very much aware of that, and we'll continue to stay on them about getting that done. So that's on Saddle Ridge. On Rosewood, we now have 62 completed out in Rosewood, and another 31 as of when I pulled the report, 31 under construction, none that have been submitted. So we're in kind of a lull right now, but I think with those 31, they got their hands full. So that's probably why we haven't had any additional submitted for consideration. Lido Farms, the only, I found this out today, so it wasn't a part of the report, but they are going to be making the connection tomorrow for the water line that was required in the TxDOT, or where we asked them for additional to replace with 12-inch in the TxDOT right of way. So they're going to be making that connection tomorrow. There should be nobody that's affected with that, so should be no issue as far as no. So I confirmed with Pete on that one, so it should be good. Let's see, applications received for June, pretty standard stuff there, and permits issued there as well. So let's see, inspections, pretty standard, what we're seeing across the board with the new homes. We had 7 certificates of occupancy, all those being in Rosewood. And then we had 2 certificate of compliances with the solar panels and the commercial sign. And I believe that sign was the Lytle State Bank, if I'm not mistaken, on their new sign that we approved the variance for. So
The signs, because we've had one on Main Street. And
Yeah.
one over there, and they have
the dimming.
yes,
Yeah.
sensor.
Yeah, I'll double check. I noticed that 702 in particular is really bright. So I'll make sure on that one. Yeah, for sure.
I know that's one of the things that the council mentioned.
Definitely. Yep, I will double check with them. Court, you see for the quarter total, since June was the end of the quarter, as well as what was in June. And I do want to highlight, I know that I think it was at the budget meeting, but Ashley is now a court clerk 1. She got her certification. So very happy about that. She's been working at that for a while. And so if you see her, please congratulate her. I know that was a lot of work on her end.
Very difficult test.
Yes.
As a prosecutor, I would not pass that.
So, if you've been, I think that's the first. I'm
Yes.
thinking of the previous, the
No.
girls that worked there. I don't think none of them had it, right?
Monica I was gonna try to do it before she left, and she ended up doing it. She ended up doing it somewhere else. And then the other one, she's a person.
So that's going back to the other person. So this is probably the first time in 30 years?
Wow.
In 30 years.
Yeah.
So this is good. This is good for our community.
And Brianna recently went to the court boot camp in this month in July, and she's very much interested in at least trying to test as well initially, and just kind of see where she's at. So we'll see what comes of that. But just wanted to kind of relay that, and as an effort for all of our employees, really trying to push the training and certifications and things like that across the board. So. Yeah, of course. Total transactions for April, 187. Again, we want to show that because it kind of looks weird in the chart. The chart is only showing what was taken in that month and disposed also in that same month. So, but total transactions, 187. Contracts, no update on these. We're coming to the normal kind of auto renewals on some of these. So if there's anything that sticks out that you really need me to take a look at here soon, please be relaying that. But generally, most of these are pretty standard ones that we have and continue to have. The only one that we're kind of looking at with what we've added into the new budget is that city yard maintenance, and what we look at, for what our parks capacity can bring compared to what Santero does for us. So we'll continue to kind of look at that and make sure we can massage that a little bit. Yes. Just miscellaneous updates. The meetings on the left, on the right side. The master drainage plan, they're continuing to work on that. Haven't had too much, updates on that at this point. If you recall, the first phase, though, we'll probably see something right before the fiscal year. So here in maybe a month or so, we might get something from them. The interconnect, Mayor and I, along with Pete, have a meeting on Wednesday to get some final decisions on kind of location. There's a couple options that in working with the engineers for East Medina and figuring out how best to proceed with all the utility stuff that's kind of in that corner over there by our booster station. So, and this is one thing that, bringing on well 2, or bringing the interconnect solves the issue of our violation that we have open with only one well. So this is something that definitely is critical. The water wastewater rate study, I know we had some council discussions on that at our budget workshop, but we're kind of really wrapping up on that. I'm getting a final report here in the next couple of weeks from them as far as their final points. And then obviously, I think I've scheduled it for August, then the first one in August, so our next meeting, to actually have the public hearing for the rates, because we do have to basically publish that 30 days, at least 30 days prior to actually implementing that. So I want to make sure that we're meeting those timelines as required under state law and our ordinances. So the capital improvement plan, Cobb Finley still, gathering data. We might even have some of that, talk about that Wednesday meeting with them with the interconnect as well. The textile sidewalk project, Ace Construction was selected for that particular project. So the same contractor is doing our water line, did the 132 water line. They've also TxDOT selected them as the low bidder for the sidewalk project, and this is for running down McDonald and under out towards the new subdivisions out there. So it helps our timeline of the 12-inch as well, massage that and making sure that we're out of that area. So and then Yeah, the design drawings were all for done by TRC. Oh, the warmer on the oven. It doesn't go under 35. Yeah. It's going to stop. Correct. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's going to stop at the corner, and then they'll jump on the other side by the Cape Professional Building, and then go down to the additional. Yeah, that's when we'll get. Yeah. And then the plugging of well 3 is completed, and obviously y'all approved the final payment on that tonight. So great to have that done. As far as HR, so finance director, I know we've kind of talked about that tonight in executive, but we, job continues to be posted on, and I had to repost it because it finished the timeline that they allow for that on there. Public Works. So we did talk about it a little bit. Started on July 14th. The gentleman that he works for the city of Dilley, but he is contracting with us to help us on water and sewer. He has both of those licenses. I think this is kind of a test, and eventually maybe we can bring him full time in, but at least for now to help kind of with some of our issues and making sure that we have the proper licenses and people work in our system. So we got that in place. Co-compliance officer. So I did make an offer and hired Frank from our police department for that position, but he will start October 1st under that position. So he'll remain over in police department. It'll be completely separate. He will not be doing police work anymore. It'll just be code enforcement and compliance. We'll work with him to get the necessary license, which some of that's actually changed even this last legislative session. So it actually benefits us to get that sooner and get that in place. So just wanted to relay that on those open positions. I can. Yes. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah. And that's it. That's all I got. Yes, sir.
All right. Let's go into informational items, then we'll take a break after that. We get done with the meeting for those. We got goodies back there, right? Yeah, we got goodies. So
That was the oven going off. The only thing, just a reminder, next Thursday, not this Thursday, next Thursday is the next budget meeting. So August 7th. I'll send a reminder to everybody, but yeah.
We're back here. Anything else?
I had one, we'll call it a departmental report from the city attorney's office. I did want to, we worked very hard over the last month to get a refiled case for ongoing litigation for the Fourth Court of Appeals, and we filed that today. Actually, on deadline, so I had Joe Reeser, we had a fairly good Christmas, so the team did a great job. Product. I just want to let you know that was fine. So I will keep you updated, but that was a big, it was long. It was good.
Well, thanks. Also appreciate that. Appreciate all the assistance. Do you have anything?
Nope, okay.
Anything to share? Anything at all? A few things I do want to get. I think Richard actually sent me something too that he wanted me to pass on. Make sure I don't forget this. We can cover it, guys, and then I'll come to mine. I guess we have a fundraiser for our coal mine for the church. And let's see, on Sunday, August the 3rd. August the 3rd. So it's 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. They got music, that off. DJ, and of course they got plate sales and everything. All the fundraisers that they're doing with the facility as to try to keep the old church going. That goes along there. Okay, first of all, I want to say thanks to David and staff for the coverage during that time. Thank you for giving me a little break. get away for 2 weeks. I hadn't done that for, what, 10 years? So that was great. Being able to take a vacation, it actually was, it felt like
It was a vacation.
so appreciate that. Thanks to PD, Fire, Public Works, with the handling of I-35 accident that we had Thursday night. Very unfortunate on the freeway, but a great team came together. We were able to take care of the folks. From previous experiences, I can tell you that within an hour, we were able to clear everybody that was backed off. We came up with a plan, moved everybody out of the freeway from on the Cottage Road. We were able to control and kind of keep things moving. At the same time, control the scene and do the appropriate respects and wait for the JP to show up and everything else. It's just very, very unfortunate situation. But I just want to say thanks to everybody who showed up. It just made it a lot easier that night for us to be able to deal with that situation. I want to say thanks to Public Works for taking care of our booster station. If you haven't noticed, if you drove in 2790, both our well number 2 and our booster station, they've actually put a little extra with painting the buildings, cleaning up, and doing a few things. It's a lot better. It's looking really, really good. I want to say thanks to the Waste Management. Zach and I, we met with them here recently, and because of our numbers and all the adjustments with the number of customers and the number of parts, remember they've been moving, and who wanted what, who didn't want one, and everything else. We didn't even know, but they surprised us. So Lidl is now being served by 2 trucks. So if you notice, we haven't had any problems with trash pickup in the last probably month and a half, something like that.
I'll say month.
A month. We haven't had anything. They actually decided to go ahead and start a second truck, and they're taking care of us. So what we officially know is we get 3 full loads, right?
Yeah.
Technically.
Between the two.
But each truck has to, drive one, go drop off, they come back, and they do a half a load. And the other truck does 1 full load, comes back and does, so technically it's like 3 truckloads. So that's good. They're tracking us, and that's good for our city because now we're getting the attention that we need for that. TxDOT project, this is, we talked about the one here in McDonald, but the one over by the high school is supposed to get done this week. Fingers crossed. School is right around the corner. There's still a lot of work to be done, but just so you know, in a sense, I think this is their change. So hopefully this one should be taking care of that.
Will we be doing a cleanup there? Are we gonna, the city gonna be doing that?
They told us that they were gonna take care of it.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Now, after that, just so everybody understands, after that is taken care of, everything, responsibility goes back to the property owners. At that point. It's just right now, it's a construction site, and the property owners would not be good to go in there. You don't know if there's left material on the ground, it's buried, gets damaged by the vehicle, or your lawnmower, or you actually go in there and you damage the sidewalk because you were cutting it and you chipped it and you did something with it, and then you damaged the project. Right? So right now, we're kind of in that portion. I want to say thanks to Project Track staff. We recently had an opportunity. They called the residents. There's another economic development project that is here, and that went very well. They did a good job with that. There'll be more to come, and we'll have a public hearing in the future for that. But just wanted to say thanks to them for doing that for the residents nearby. Could have been on Thursday night. Also, kudos to the Chamber and Texan Bank. They did a really good job. Good lead in to kind of get a little energy going and everything else. Nice place to be able to kind of get everybody together and start talking. And that was some great ideas. So I just want to say thanks to the Light Up Chamber and Texan Bank for putting that together. Reminder, we're working on some of the committees. So please make sure if you have any open areas, please take care of them so we can go ahead and finalize those committees. We need to get it done. Matt is not here, but Matt Deere, our captain for the police, is helping us out. We're working on those ESFs with emergency management. They've been a big help with trying to get that, and we're taking care of the transportation portion that is in coordination with the school district. The school district is actually meeting tonight, if I'm not mistaken. I think tonight is a school board meeting, and they're supposed to be reviewing that. So this is an agreement in case of evacuation, that there would actually be supplemental to be able to help us out, to be able to move people out of the designated area. So, convocation already mentioned on the 7th. Please make sure if you have a chance to be out there. Welcome our school employees. They are our largest employer in the city, so it might be good to get a chance on there. And so the 7th is a convocation, and then on the 11th is the start of school. So it's right around the corner. Right around the corner. We're gonna do that. Okay. Last thing I have is I don't see one of them here, but the other individuals here. So, Bob was gone. He had a birthday. And it was Michael. So we get a chance with a zebra cake. Actually, you get two. I'll bring you the other one. You get two of them on there. We'll get the other ones. But if y'all can help me celebrate, here we go. And 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Cha cha cha. Happy birthday to you. Cha cha cha. Happy birthday, dear Michael. Cha cha cha. Happy birthday to you. Make a wish. All right, there we go. Additional funding. Okay, with that in mind, please make sure if you haven't caught, and actually I think Cassandra was out too, but if you get a chance, we just recently had Cassandra's birthday too, so wish her a happy birthday. If you get a chance. She was, so we'll catch her. We'll do that. We'll tell her that Michael had her secret cake, so we'll just pass it on. Over that. All right, if there's nothing else on that, it is 9:02.
Mayor, can I make a motion that we adjourn for the evening?
9:02, thank you. Have a second?
I'll second it.
We got a second? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you for a great meeting. We do have some goodies in the back. So, appreciate